Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gentlemen?
Oh, good. Peace.
Did you just have like the moment like with the PM?
Yeah, I was
where
like, eh.
yeah, and someone tackles her and people lose their shit because they think he's being violent, but actually said, what is it, rude? Like, I don't like the PM, but fucking hell. Anyway, moving on. Just dived into some politics for a second there. Well, actually, just social media stupidity.
Government.
So we've got a shit ton to go through in this episode. There was a whole bunch of direct style things, a lot of disappointment.
Stuff happened.
Something actually happened in the games industry, but there was a hell of a lot of disappointment in the air throughout the course of the last week and a bit, thanks to Nintendo Direct.
We'll rephrase that.
Oh, we're gonna course correct.
There was a whole bunch of soy beta boy cuck sluts, or whatever you want to call them out there, right? Freaking millennial boomers, whatever they crossbreed of subhuman these people are, that were like, I didn't get the exact thing that I wanted, so I'm gonna have a sook. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Actually, I do like how
I'm
you
gonna take
put it.
heed to everything that you say. And yeah, Matto's going with the deal with it. I wish I had my glasses so we could like.
These are 3D glasses that I got from Star Wars.
I was hoping you'd say like from when I went to go see Avatar or whatever, however many years ago.
Well, no. The funny thing about Star Wars was there was no
Could
3D.
be.
I got ripped off.
New sponsor, Colonial Pale Ale. Watch out,
why
everyone,
not?
next week. Check the video version out next week. We'll all be cracking one at the same time.
I'll tell you what, if I'm just gonna start drinking IPAs and other craft beers. That's what they call, yeah, craft.
Yes,
Beers.
craft
Start
beers.
drinking a craft beer and just see who throws us a free beer. Just a single beer. I'm
Just
happy
one.
to.
They might actually
happy
throw
to
it at
drink
us.
a
Like,
beer. Yeah, exactly. Stop advertising us with your stupid shit. Okay.
It could be
so crack
our.
that on the show.
It could be our new segment called "Hey, what are you drinking tonight?"
That's it.
There we go. We're going to begin every patched episode with that going forward.
This beer pairs really well with Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So we're going to start in order of the three events that played out over the course of the week. So there was a Nintendo Direct, a PlayStation State of Play, and then a dedicated Pokémon Direct, all within about a week of each other. So the Nintendo Direct was the first thing that kicked things off, and it was definitely the biggest of the lot in terms of duration. In fact, I think it was basically the same as the other two combined. Whether you like the announcements or not, there was a lot of announcements in this particular show. We'll just kind of we'll go through these things sequentially, but then if there's something we want to say about any of them, we'll pipe up at any point, because not everything's necessarily going to elicit that much from us. So first came off the rank was Pyra and Mithra becoming fighters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So more sword fighters. That must excite everyone.
Not only
Well, that depends.
About all the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles, they go with the one that is labeled Booby Waifu. Now,
Surely not in game though.
Don't know. It's the fan base, like, because apparently, like, she's Tits McGee or whatever. Like, I don't know. I haven't played thing, but like,
I don't know. Like,
just like
the video certainly makes it look that way.
Like, did you have to go with the one with just gravity defying? Let's say, have to go with Minecraft Steve. Like, I don't look.
I heard Minecraft Steve has real big tits too.
Yeah, I mean, Zombie Steve and things like that. But no, what I'm just getting at there, it's just like, there's so many other avenues they can take and things. So it's kind of like this. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Love the fact Sephiroth's in there. Love the fact that there's more Xenoblade. But it's like,
wasn't
man,
the
you
Xenoblade
had
character to go
so
with, though.
many other options to go with, even from your own titles. Like, you could shine a light. Like, I mean, the cool thing is, man, I'm talking way too much, but that's fine. We've got so much to play out through. Cool thing is, the Xenoblade has like been selling, skyrocketing. Like, it's going out of. It's like people are like, what is this? Okay, I'll play it. So
yeah, people looking for an excuse to play stuff on the Switch. Matto, did you have any thoughts on Pyra?
Well,
And
I've never played the game,
Mithra?
so I thought, this is a really cool trailer for something, and then it's just like, I'm sorry, I've
I
been
got an
invited
invite to Smash.
Smash. I'm thinking, what? It's just like that Jackie. It's like that Jackie Chan meme you see. This, just that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
that one. Yeah, that's.
what the hell? But I will say it's probably a good thing they got that out of the way first, because people probably just get excited for a Xenoblade, and then they get that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
people be flipping tables. And
I was starting to
who
get a little
knows
bit
what.
excited about a Xenoblade 3
Throw their
or.
pale ales on the ground. We just don't know what that would do.
Shit'll get out of control. But how many more characters are there to be revealed in this
I think 2.
wave of fighters? Okay, so
2
it's
or
not
1.
it's not all doom and gloom. So anyone complaining, shut up. You've gotten Sephiroth. You've gotten Steve was in the
we
last
didn't get-
match.
You said Doom. Now I want Doom, guy. This is outrageous. Damn you, Nintendo, for like working months and months on end to provide us with
Can't-
more content.
Because it's not
God
like Bethesda
damn
isn't
it.
already busy trying to negotiate other business deals at the moment.
You can't bring Doom Guy into a PG-13 situation. It just doesn't work.
I mean, Sephiroth killed Mario.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doom
well.
guy would kill Sephiroth, and it would just be a never-ending cycle of death.
Yeah, it'll be great. Next game was Fall Guys coming to the Switch. Look, I love Fall Guys, but I couldn't care less about the announcement. I'm glad for
I was
everyone
really hoping that they all the characters like started to drift
Oh,
slightly to the
Joy-Con did.
left. That did happen.
Yeah, you can tell when
Unfortunately.
you're playing against someone who's playing on the Switch because they're just inexplicably drifting to the left of the screen.
Yeah, they try almost get into the finish line and then just slowly drift off to the screen and fall off the edge. And then you just laugh and go, suck on your Joy-Cons. And do your Stephen Bradbury impression and just go
Oh, yeah.
straight past.
Yeah, just power straight past. Damo, any thoughts on Fall Guys?
I mean, it's Fall Guys. But
Yeah.
it
It was
exists.
Announced the same day that it's
cool.
coming to Xbox as well, so everyone's in on it. They're saying sometime in winter, our winter. So
And when the servers crash on the Switch and people complain about that, good. Yay.
yeah, pretty much. Next one
stuff.
is The Outer Wilds. The Outer Wilds is coming to Switch. It was already out on the other consoles and PC. It's now making its way to the handheld. Again, I look at that and go, great. Like, more people getting to play. What is a really good game from all I've heard. I've got it. I own it, but I've never played it yet. But I've heard really, really good things about it. So, worth checking out. Next one was an interesting one. Famicom Detective Club is coming to Nintendo Switch. So, I mean, the Famicom being
great.
the original Nintendo. Like, okay. Why is there a detective club dedicated to the original Nintendo console? And then coming to the Switch. Like, there's layers to this I don't understand. Then the subtitles of the games, The Missing Heir, and another one called The Girl Who Stands Behind. Behind what?
Have you never
the
read
mystery.
like a Babysitter's Club or a Hardy Boys book in your life, Paul?
No, clearly, thankfully.
You clearly don't have a raging clue right now. Like, I've got a raging clue for this. This is, and it's
I got a
pointing
huge clue.
there. Oh, is your clue pointing over there too? Like,
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure it's probably not as sus as I'm.
no, it's definitely not.
Come on,
sus.
that's a
Nothing sus
South
at all.
Park
It's just
reference.
Raging clue.
Oh shit! Yeah. Sorry,
I got
I
a
got
huge
too distracted by
clue.
Babysitters Club and all that.
Ooh. The Hardy Boys. Was it the Hardy Boys? The Hardy Brothers?
Yeah. Oh, not the goddamn Hardy.
Oh, no, come on.
Samurai Warriors
Yeah,
5
so-
is coming to the Switch.
Wait, is it like a
Another Musou game, yeah. So in the same
Sweat.
Dynasty Warriors and Hyrule Warriors and all that sort of vein. Announced for the other consoles a day or two later. It's about what you expect. If you played games in the franchise before, it'll be exactly what you know and love.
Yeah.
Legend of Mana is a PS1 game that is being remade/remastered. I mean, they've been just churning through the Mana franchise in the last 4 or 5 years. Adventures of Mana, Legend of Mana, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana. Like, they're slowly whittling through all the ones that could be deemed good. And then it's all going to fall apart when they get to about the DS period and Heroes of Mana comes out and it all goes to shit. So, enjoy the remakes while you can, because if they continue to remake beyond the last decent one being Children of Mana, you're not going to be in for a very good time. But it's coming June 24th.
Gonna have a bad time, are we?
Gonna have a real bad time if you start
Real
playing
bad
Heroes
time.
of Mana. Yeah, so just enjoy it while you can. There's probably 3-ish more good ones in it, and then we'll see.
Hold up.
Then just maybe stop. maybe just focus on creating a new game in the franchise at that point. Learn from what's gone well recently. June 24th, though, and that's coming to PS4 as well as the Switch. We got another look at Monster Hunter Rise. Game's looking dope. June 24th. Get on it, mate.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, no. Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter, though, I mean, we'll probably still not actually play online together because that's how we've been going with this. But Monster Hunter Rise is out March 26th, and the game's looking
You never know.
real good.
Maybe we'll just play another online game that's not Monster Hunter.
We'll go play
Just
Monster Hunter
for shits
World
and
just
gigs.
when Rise comes out.
Play Fall Guys together. Before we play Monster Hunter World together. Rocket League.
Could
Jump
all
on the
drift off
Rocket
the
League.
edge together.
Anyone keen on some Mario Golf? Matto, you were playing Mario Tennis just before the show started, so
Yeah. That was like the most exciting announcement I saw.
it was
We've
pretty
waited for
cool.
a Mario Golf game.
Mario Golf. See, this
Mario
is the
Golf.
day after my birthday. So I'm actually keen because Mario sports games like this are massive fun to have your mates come
yeah.
around and just
But the whole
give the
speedrun
game
thing.
from basic. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the running between like from hole to hole is pretty fun.
Just go to absolute mayhem. It's just sabotage all just waiting to happen.
Running from what?
You're going from
Pretty much
like
everyone just-
golf hole
yeah.
to golf hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you all hit off at the same time and just run and just
That's what I thought.
be good fun.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, thanks, Damo. I consider
That's right. It just sounded so bad. You just Mario's just running from
Running
hole
from
to
hole to
hole. Well, just after we talking about raging clues, I thought we'd get everyone on the same track here.
Tales from Borderlands coming to the Switch. It also came to PS4 and Xbox One. PS5 and Xbox. I don't know. They put it back up on the store. It must have been lost with the whole Telltale thing falling apart. So, March 24th for the Switch and out now on the other consoles. Probably don't need to say too much about that. It's one of the best Borderlands games though, and that says a lot because the Borderlands franchise is awesome.
It is pretty phenomenal, yeah.
Capcom Arcade Club got a whole bunch of old school Capcom games. Don't really.
Yeah, so I saw that.
know
You
much
could
about it?
buy the stadium for free, but then you buy the pack. So pretty much like you buy the emulator, and then you buy the ROM packs to go with it.
Yeah,
The
okay.
price is a fair amount if you wanted everything, but then again, anybody that says I want everything is full of shit. If I'm being honest,
Yeah, right,
Like, no
don't-
one.
Silly.
Like, everyone has like a generation of arcade that they're really good at and they really love. I mean, just from what I find, if you are honestly out there buying all of that, hats off to you. And
Yeah, enjoy.
I will eat my own hat if I find a hat that's edible.
Matto, any thoughts on that one?
Nah.
No, neither did I.
I just saw Street Fighter and just thought, oh yeah, cool. I remember
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
that's something. That's good, I guess.
That was it.
Next one is Stubbs the Zombie, a rebel without a pulse. That's like an old Xbox game, and it looks like they've done absolutely nothing to it. It looks like shit.
Hey, what COVID? It's all COVID's fault.
Yeah, let's blame it on COVID and the fact they just didn't get a chance to develop it, so they just hit save as .ps4.
Put a few extra
and
polygons
.switch.
in there. Just a few polygons. Just
No,
to make it look
COVID.
nice.
It looks
You
atrocious.
understand?
You never know. That'd probably be rubbish.
Here's one that people care about though. No More Heroes is coming to the Switch. No More Heroes 3 at last, August 27th. Talk to me about it, Damo, because you're gonna lift this table in a second.
Oof. What can I say?
That's why his
been
that's
waiting
why his
for this
elbows
for-
are on the table for. Hold it
Hey,
down.
Bracing it.
I've been waiting. Not that it's Nintendo's fault that I don't give him any, but like I mean, it's tough. I think like they have been pushing 1 and 2 a fair bit. They've chucked them on sale a fair amount, so I think they're really trying to get people hyped up.
Yep.
I think if you haven't played them, I mean, and they do go on sale, pick them up. They're pretty fun games just to mess around with. Especially, I think you can use the Joy-Con still to do your, jerk off your
the
beam sword
yeah.
and
Wave your stick around.
play,
Your clue.
Your clue.
Wait, clue all hot and heavy. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this is all about. Like, you know, is there more? Is there less? Cell shading always helps. Will it have the same spirit? I'm hoping so. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
It should be good though. It should be good.
You're definitely the resident Travis Touchdown fan, so we'll take your word for it. Anyone got any thoughts on Neon White? I don't remember this game at all.
Lawsuit waiting to happen, but yep.
Any thoughts at all? I don't know. It was a demon killing game. I don't know.
First person
set in hell.
Demon Slayer.
Like, whatever. Who knows? Didn't do much for me. Did about as much for me as DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
Hey, don't knock it, would you? No, I don't.
Oh, there's
don't
an audience
care.
there for it, no doubt. But I could not care less about it.
It's so bizarre, right? Like,
It is a
June
weird
4th.
one.
this whole toony thing, like everybody appreciated the 90s superhero, animation, right? Thing.
Yeah.
But then there was just this weird like turn into this cartoonish, outlandish, childish thing. Like, oh, that's gonna get more younger kids into it. It's like, yeah, but then you alienate the older audience.
All the
that
others
still appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's just, obviously it is doing well enough. If it's getting its own game, that's fine. I've got no beef about that. I've got no beef about people that enjoy it. It's just one of those things that I just find really strange in marketing, where it's like, no, we're trying to attract a different audience. It's like, that's fine. You can attract the same audience, and they will attract more people to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
it's just strange.
Matto, any thoughts on it?
I was the same thing. I was just scratching my head and going,
Why?
this is just incredibly weird. It's like, what the?
Yeah, no, I'm
What
the
the
same.
hell is this?
So next one, very quick one to breeze over. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition's coming to the Switch, March 19, so it's about 3 weeks away.
Is that the third person?
Yeah, third person shooter. It's the third now in that series of them. I guess like there was Garden Warfare 2, and now this, and it's it's meant to be a pretty good game. But it's more of the same, and it's been on the other consoles, and I think even PC for a while. So it's just EA making the port and bringing it across. Good of them, but nothing to write home about. Here's one that definitely ruffled a few feathers, including my own. Miitopia. It's coming to the Switch. Miitopia was on the 3DS. It was kind of a free app, and you'd kind of progress via Street Pass. Now they're making you pay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's going to convert to Aussie dollars. I assume probably full price because it's apparently $60 US. Or it might be 40.
60.
Maybe it's 40. Maybe it's 40. I don't know.
Still have the $15 Switch games, like $7. There was $7 for the Big Pass game you could buy.
And it, from what I can tell, it doesn't look like they're doing that much to it. I guess it won't rely on Street Pass anymore, but does that make it less of a game then as a result? Because that was the kind of hook of the whole thing.
The whole point was that you'd go around collecting, so you could.
So kind of dodgy.
I didn't even know Mies was still a thing. I thought they died on the Wii years ago.
I hope so, but they just keep
I was
finding
just
a way to
scratching my
bring it
head
back.
going, I was looking at it going,
You can still
what?
get a Mii on your Switch.
Yeah.
Can you? I don't want to know.
Yeah, even part of your little profile setup stuff that you do on the Switch, like that still has that in it as well. So
I've never looked at it. Don't want to.
May 21st for that one. Mario content is now available in Animal Crossing, so great. Go and get some Mario stuff. Next new game announcement was a fairly big one for anyone who enjoyed Octopath Traveler on the Switch, so big JRPG there. Square Enix is bringing a new game with another really awkward name. Hopefully, again, they change
It's not
it.
the weirdest name. That's not the weirdest name in all of this. There's
Well,
one
that's
lower.
true. But Project Triangle Strategy is the next game there from that team. Has that same art style, looks gorgeous, kind of in that diorama sort of mold. And I've played that demo. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
We're basically
Talking
getting
about
ourselves
that,
a Final
though,
Fantasy
like,
Tactics style game.
Bravely Second or Bravely Default 2.
Yeah, that's out
Came
this
Came out.
past week. Yeah.
Didn't even realize. Shows how much attention I'm paying.
You liking what you see from it? Now that you've actually recognized it's a thing. Have you liked what you've seen? In terms of Bravely, I mean.
I haven't even. Look, I didn't even know it was out. So
Yeah, okay. Well, as
look,
we
don't get
record,
me
it's
wrong,
like 2 or
I'll
3
play
days. So
it.
don't worry about it.
It's thing. Oh, but I'll wait for the review. The first game was not so good. It was just a repeat game that just kept repeating.
Metacritic of like 80 at the moment, for what it's worth.
Okay.
But
worth
yeah,
nothing,
it's
but-
triangle strategy is looking pretty cool. It plays really, really well, and it's exactly like Final Fantasy Tactics and those sort of games have kind of disappeared over the years, and I think we need more of them. And I'm glad to see that Square Enix is doing something about that.
So it's a tactics.
Yeah. Next one upset some people. The Star Wars license gets lifted from EA, and we get Star Wars Hunters from Zynga as a result.
Oh, Zynga.
Yeah, that's
Zynga.
a tactical arena-based multiplayer game coming to Switch. We don't know anything more about it, really. Any thoughts?
No.
So wait, what did you say? A tactical
arena-based multiplayer third-person shooter.
So
That's like
Fortnite.
Between
but with-
episodes 6 and 7, apparently.
Yeah, probably, quite possibly.
So there's no Darth Vader, so he's dead.
Yeah,
Am I right though? Like, is it?
who knows? It didn't look very good, though.
It's Fortnite though.
That was the
It's Star
trailer.
Wars Fortnite.
Yeah, they're trying to go for that tone, I think.
Okay. Whatever.
Speaking of Fortnite-like games, in terms of battle royales and kind of arena stuff, Knockout City is a new game being published by EA. It's one of the EA originals, so they've kind of taken a liking to something an indie team was working on and brought it in from Valen Studios. The game also popped up at the State of Play, so that's one less thing off our list for that shortly. But it kind of looks a bit Splatoon-y in some ways, but then it's dodgeball.
Oh, what? A new
like parkour
themed
dodgeball.
brawler.
Yeah,
This
It's-
is phenomenal.
it looks
I can
pretty
get
cool.
Behind this. I won't buy it, but I can get behind it.
My worry is that it just won't get picked up by people because it looks pretty cool, but it just doesn't seem like the game that's going to sell very well. Not the developers
There's
care
no
because
red-
EA
Look
gave them all
like
their money.
they look like they've pumped a lot of money into this trailer.
Oh yeah, it's
So there's
all
no-
very EA.
There's no wrenches in it, so I don't want it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, it's a
Either of
dodgeball
you-
reference.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What? Bang. Do either of you have any thoughts on the World's End Club? Never heard of it. Comes from the folks that do Danganronpa, apparently. A wild Pokemon-looking adventure starring a massive cast of 10 cutesy characters that originally appeared on iOS. Tap out.
Cutesy characters.
Yeah.
That just sounds creepy.
Hades is getting a physical release, March 19. Great, but obviously we can already play it on the Switch if we want to.
But
Ninja
you get a full
Gaiden.
digital, but you get a full digital download of the soundtrack.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That soundtrack's awesome. So
So
that
why
might be
not
one
buy
for
it?
people. The 3 Ninja Gaiden more modern games, the ones that kind of started with Ninja Gaiden Black on the Xbox, as well as 2 and 3 they're being remastered. They're coming to Switch as well as the other consoles. June
Wait,
10.
they were remastered. Was that trailer remastered?
I don't
Didn't
know.
look like it. Didn't look like it. It looked exactly like that zombie thing.
over there.
Oh, like Stubbs' zombie again.
Yeah, just like, oh yeah, they're just bringing it over, not fixing it up. Okay,
Why would you?
cool.
Could possibly
Can't
be the
fix what's
case.
not broke.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ninja Gaiden Black's amazing. Hard as shit. Like it'll put you through your paces like a Souls game would. But
Yeah, that's the whole Ninja Awesome, Ninja
Yeah.
Gaiden Awesome, whatever it's called on YouTube. One of my favorite Ego Raptor videos.
some fairly quick ones here, so just kind of sing out if it's something you like. Horror Warriors Age of Calamity is getting DLC. Don't really have any details, but they talk about a season pass. There's going to be like 3 separate waves of content. So there's a fair bit for people to kind of get into there. If you've been lapping up Horror Warriors, there's going to be a lot more for you. Damo's loving it.
Well, if they bring back adventure maps, I'm so excited. Like, 'cause then there'd be like one new character for each, like probably 3 pieces.
Oh, yeah, that'd
of
be cool.
DLC that they release, and like a whole different map that like is just so many battles. Like, if you ever played the original Hyrule Warriors, there was those adventure maps, and like you'd have to go like to get your top tier weapons. You'd have to go all the way across the map, and it was like a challenge, but it was awesome.
Yep. No, I mean it seems pretty cool. I like what I see. I need to actually finish the game. Matto, did you? No, you were playing the original Horror Warriors when we were talking about Age of Calamity,
No,
right? Or
I
was
had
the other way
it.
around?
I purchased it.
Have you spent any time with it?
Not yet played it yet.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
I'll get there.
Well, you're going to have a whole bunch of extra stuff to try out when the time comes, so that's good news. We mentioned Bravely Default 2 before. It's now out. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrections is also out now. Saga Frontiers being remastered for the Switch. Apex Legends is coming to the Switch on March 9th. So, Matto, any chance that you'd see yourself playing Apex on the Switch instead of the PC?
I'll give it a go and just laugh and go, yeah, stay off the Switch, old third-party export. Shoo.
And then probably the one, there's only 2 announcements to go, but the one that probably excited some people and really upset some others. Skyward Sword, it's getting the HD treatment just like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker did. It's coming to the Switch as well. You don't have to use motion controls anymore, so the whole slicing thing where you had to kind of use the Wii remote to kind of point whatever way, you can use the right analog stick to do that. So we're seeing a lot of energy and enthusiasm about that, which I think is fantastic.
God.
Yes. You know what? How many people crapped on that game because 1, you needed the motion plus.
Yeah.
2, it was just like the Wii remote was not just great. Yeah, it was not.
It wasn't
great.
fun.
No.
They removed that stuff. They bring it out again. How many people shit on Wind Waker, and they didn't stop shitting on it until like Twilight Princess came out, and they're like, Wind Waker's actually not too bad. Like, I mean, Twilight Princess, no, that's not that good of a game.
Yeah.
And then when Skyward Sword came out, people were like, hey, Twilight Princess is a pretty good game. So it's like, what? We're not going to shit on this until, what, Breath of the Wild 2 comes out? Come on, folks.
No, we'll still be too busy shitting on Breath of the Wild.
Oh, just shocking, yeah? Like, look, I get it. It's not the announcement we wanted to hear. But it's more Zelda. It's a chance for people to play the game. Like, was I the most excited I could have been? No. I would have been much more happy if they had been like, we're just going to re-release all the classic, like, Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, but done Link's Awakening chibi style. Done. There you go. That's all you need to do. And then no one can ever complain. They'll be like, these games are hard. It's like, yes, they are. Now, shut up. Play them.
The new Joy-Con that you can buy separately look pretty awesome. I pre-ordered me some of those straight away. I don't know if I'll pre-order the game, but I've pre-ordered the Joy-Con.
Did they fix the drift?
I don't know. Hopefully in these new ones they have. They look pretty sweet. If you haven't seen them, look into them. I don't even know if you can still order them anymore. Matto, what do you think about the Skyward Sword reveal?
I was first off when it said like HD remastered, whatever. I thought, why? But then they said it was released in 2011. I thought,
yeah, it's a Wii game, so
wow, that's a long time ago. So you bring in like a new audience to it, and you can just prove like how good a weapon is without breaking. You can kind of.
It's gonna be great. You can't go wrong.
I mean,
but when they said, "Oh, you can use the joystick to fight," I thought, "Oh, I'm so happy right now." Because the one thing I hated was that Wii remote.
Yeah, the fact you had to slice in a certain direction. You still have to do that, but yeah, without the motion is fantastic. I love that.
Last bit I remember that game, I think I gave up after it, when you have to hold the sword up and go around in a circle.
Yeah.
It's like an eyeball or something. I thought, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, I think I remember tapping out at about the same point, actually.
So I can't do this. This is just stupid.
And the last announcement from the Direct is Splatoon 3. It's coming to the Switch sometime in 2022, so they kind of broke their little rule about it's for the first half of the year to announce that one.
But they did that with another game as well.
Well,
I remember.
Triangle Strategy was also
2022. Like,
was also
why?
2022, but
I do get it.
I guess you make a couple exceptions for some of your big hitters, and I think people would have lost their shit if they didn't get something that's kind of out in the distance a little bit.
Well, the old, it's the 35th anniversary of Zelda. No one celebrates anything for 35 years.
It's a weird sort of one, but I mean, Nintendo
10,
weirdly kind
20, 25, 30, 40. Not 35. It's a stupid number.
I mean, Nintendo weirdly does that stuff, and they did do it with Mario last year, so I think people's expectations were maybe set a little bit.
Mario, though.
But, I mean, I actually think there's going to be a ton of Zelda stuff still to come. Like, I just don't think, like, all the people saying, why wasn't Breath of the Wild there? Like, well, why would you squash your announcement for Skyward Sword by putting Breath of the Wild in there? Like, Breath of the Wild 2 in there. I know, Matto, you and I aren't big fans of it, but I think, we can't really argue with how I guess, important it was to a lot of people, and just the Nintendo Switch platform, even if it's overrated. Just continuing to throw that sort of stuff in there.
We're constantly losing listeners as we speak.
And the like to dislike ratio is just taking a beating. But
oh well, you had it coming.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were never going to announce.
So who else are we
both
taking pot shots at tonight or today?
Well, next up, since it doesn't seem like we have too much to say about Splatoon 3, that takes us then to PlayStation.
Oh, Splatoon 3, yeah. Yeah.
They didn't show a hell of a lot. It was meant to be like a kind of cutscene of sorts. So.
It's going to be out in like 40 years. Good on you.
Yeah. So we'll see when we see it.
While you're waiting, just go play Concrete Genie instead.
Yeah, it's free for a little bit longer. Do it.
On PlayStation.
Exactly. Crash Bandicoot 4 kicked off the state of play for PlayStation. It was a surprisingly long trailer.
For a game we already know.
That we already have, and basically if you own a PS4 and you own a PS5, you're just getting it for free. Like, it's just going to come across and great. Thumbs up, everybody. March 12th for PS5.
Some DLC crap.
Yeah. So less than
Hooray.
2 weeks, which is kind of cool. The turnaround is really nice, but they even announced it like formally earlier in the week and then showed it off at the state of play. So it was all a little bit weird. Returnal was the big first party title of PlayStation's that was there. That game's still on track for April 30th from Housemarque, so the guys who did Resogun and a whole bunch of like arcade stuff. Next Machina, the ones that said arcade is dead all those years ago. And now they're kind of bringing their arcade stuff into third-person shooters with a little bit of roguelike-y stuff. It looks sweet. I want to see like sustained gameplay though, because they keep kind of cutting between stuff. So I want to kind of see what that loop is like properly. I'd love to see like a full playthrough up until someone dies. I don't know, even if it's like a half-hour video.
Then see what happens. See what happens after you die and how everything changes. Yeah, I was hoping that too. And then nothing. It's like
and I guess we weren't going to get that in
magical house.
Presentation is in total 30 minutes, but it all looks pretty cool. So I'm pretty keen to get my hands on it when the time comes. It'll be a hard ask, though, because it is kind of arcadey. It'll be a hard one trying to ask for, in terms of Aussie dollars, asking for people for $120 though, if you're EB Games, of course.
No.
That'll be a tricky one, but you know, I guess you throw the PlayStation exclusive tag out there, and that's definitely going to get some people in. Next one,
PlayStation.
We spoke about Knockout City before; it featured again. So we probably don't need to say too much about that one, which leads us to the next game, one that a lot of people have been very excited about. It's called Sifu. Not seafood. Sifu.
Well,
it's from the folks who did Absolver, which is pretty cool. But what did the two of you think of this particular trailer?
Is this a new trend where we just do the old people died and something magically happens?
Oh, yeah. It's their way of video gamifying it.
Because, I died. I just aged 10 years and got back up.
Yeah.
Because he just magically grew a beard when he fell on the ground. I thought, oh, wow, this whole beard growing simulation's gone to the next level. Wow.
We'll just call it Castaway.
Where's his volleyball?
It looks very much like the graphics-wise. I got massive, like, even though it's, I mean, at the same time it's not cel shady. But I was like, man,
it's a weird middle ground.
Big Hero. This is like if Big Hero 6 was like a violent action game. In the weirdest
the
way.
guy wasn't even punching. He was just doing some just soft little touches going. Like, he wasn't even hitting them.
Yeah,
it's a little soft tap there.
The collision systems
really
probably need a little
bizarre.
bit of work. But the game looks pretty sweet overall. Like, tonally looks pretty cool. So I'm keen to see a bit more about that one. Solar Ash was there, which PlayStation showed a couple times. It appeared at some of their state of plays last year. So there was an update for the game, confirmation it's coming out in 2021. Though there was that leak a little while ago that kind of clarified that for us. There was that trailer, well, not a leak. There was that trailer they put out and had a whole bunch of dates on it that they then removed like 2 or 3 days later after everyone realized. Solar Ash looks pretty sweet, but it's kind of a weird one, and I trust like it'll be good because it comes from the guys who did Hyper Light Drifter, and that's awesome. But it looks a hell of a lot like the Pathless, like the PS5 launch game. So I don't know if there'll be a little bit of fatigue by the time it comes out.
I thought it just looked like Journey on Speed.
There's a bit of that, which is to be honest, a bit like what the Pathless is.
Oof.
Damo, well, did that hurt?
Journey, just no. It was like, oh, just give me Journey 2, or give me another game, not a game studio.
Yeah, Journey on Speed's not a bad way to put it, but yeah, it kind of, to me, my worry is that a lot of people went out and played the Pathless because it was a PS5 launch title, so there's not a lot of games. They'll go out and try some stuff out. The Pathless is awesome, and though this is slightly more colourful, it looks like it's going to play in the exact same way, and so that might just be, people might have already had their fill of that sort of thing, so who knows.
I mean, Call of Duty still exists.
Yeah, I guess.
Fortnite's still kicking.
True. Maybe people come for it. The next one, I wouldn't object if we all just breeze straight past it. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
All right, I'm just going to say this, and I'm only saying this because I have the actual concern. Did they, go on Rule 34, look up some kind of, fetishized character and went, you know what, we're going to chuck that in there? Because the thumbnail for this trailer is freaking me out. That's what they've done. They're almost borderline sexualizing Five Nights at Freddy characters. I know, I haven't watched everything. I don't play much of it, but
we must be looking at a different thumbnail, but
yeah,
it's just this girl robot with big puffy lips.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at a different thumbnail, but look, it's clear, it's Five Nights at Freddy's has been in the last 3 or 4 of these things, so it's clear that there's just a business deal in place and they're just shoehorning it in wherever they can, trying to find a spot where it's least confrontational, I suppose. They're taking the money and laughing their way to the bank, so well done, PlayStation, but please, let's get this game out as soon as possible so I don't have to keep seeing it at State of Play.
When fear takes all.
A game that's also been at State of Play a lot, but this would have been the last time, is Oddworld Soulstorm, because the game has an April 6th release date. It's free on PlayStation Plus, which is awesome.
Free?
That's pretty sweet. So
Free?
Yeah, free. So... yeah, I mean, another Abe's Odyssey type, in that whole Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, all that, that whole storyline. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. The game looks awesome. Every time I see the game, I think of the original trailer with that, holy shit. He's got that lisp as he says shit. That's the only thing I think of when I think of the game, which is probably a worry. Ooh. But it looks awesome, so I can't wait to play it. Any other thoughts on Oddworld?
I mean, it's just all round good. Yeah, to think out a game. I mean, to think out your strategy, the sense of humor, the over the top deaths, just the sheer humor that they throw behind all this. When one of the sligs kill you, it still does the. It's
the laugh. Yeah,
savage. It makes a game where dying happens so often worth it, because you're like, oh man, you fart on one of the slave dudes and they're still like, ugh. And you're like, it's great. When you look at some other Souls games or Souls games and you're like, oh great, I'm dead. The payoff is great when you beat them, but it can be very grueling. Where I look at something like this and it's like, I could die 100 times. I'm still laughing my way to the bank, because it's amusing.
Matto, any thoughts on Oddworld? Keen to give it a crack when it comes out? Free?
Yeah, I've never played it, so free. No, but I don't play PS5, so I can't get it.
It's coming to PS4 and PS5, so I'm wondering if it's free for both.
Well, it was only free for PS5.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
I may be wrong on that, but for some reason I heard the words PS5.
Jump on your PC and redeem it that way. That way you've got it in the library when it comes out, when you can get your hands on a PS5.
Ah.
Oh, have you not been doing that so far?
What, for PS5 games?
For PS5 games.
Well, no, because none of them really excited me. So I don't
fair enough. Yeah, well, when the time comes, if there's something that tickles your
fancy,
maybe
we should have got Bug
console.
Snacks. Damn, I missed out.
Yeah. Look, I still haven't played Bug Snacks yet, so I'll reserve my judgment. It looks like shit though.
It's just like Silicon Valley.
Log on to the PC or even the PlayStation app, and you can still redeem them through the store there, even though you don't have the console. So they'll be in your library for when the time comes. My personal game of the show, Kena Bridge of Spirits. This game looks incredible, still. And it looks like it plays super, super well. It's just... And this is the studio's first ever game, which is kind of even more impressive on a technical level. But they do have a lot of them have an animation background. Any thoughts from either of you two on this? Because I could just talk about this game for hours and have
it
to.
For 30 seconds then.
Oh, before I know anything from the two of you, what the two of you make from it? Because I've kind of surface level stuff there, but
it looked good. I can tell you that. Yeah, that's as far as I can go with that.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
What little you saw from the gameplay didn't really do it for you.
Oh no, if I had a PS5, I'd buy it straight off.
That is coming to
Release
PS4 as well.
Oh,
Yeah, but he doesn't want to keep buying things for his PS4, and his PS5 is on pre-order for the next 6 years.
It'll just work on your PS5 when the time comes straight away. It'll transfer over. So
I'll
you can
just
get
go
a
to an
pretty
underground, just an underground
He's
fight
up
club.
there, Sony boy. Jesus.
No, I do
oh, yeah, plug.
every week I go to an underground fight club. The prize is always a PS5, and I just
keep getting my ass kicked.
I keep getting beaten for it.
It's the scrawny kid, isn't it? When you think to yourself, I can take him. I can take him this time. He's
And then he
bare,
whips out a knife.
he's bare knuckle boxing good, mate. You gotta.
No, the game looks amazing. Super keen on it. I was disappointed when I saw the August 24th release date, only because with that leak I was talking about before, the one when we were discussing Solar Ash, it said the game was coming out in March. So clearly the reason that was ripped down by Sony was because there was some mistakes in it, or maybe it was out of date, and not representative of what was actually the case. So I guess I'm going to have to wait another 4 months, but that's fine. The game looks awesome. Can't wait to play it. Second last game, and potentially the second last exclusive game that PlayStation people will ever get to play from Bethesda, Deathloop. New trailer for Deathloop. Still on track for May 21st.
The James Bond style trailer.
Yeah, it really felt Bond. It was pretty cool.
Was cool.
Still not 100% down with the game. Like the... Go on.
I was just gonna say, we're not talking about Final Fantasy, like.
No, that's the next game. That's the last game.
Oh, I thought you said this was the last. Sorry.
No, second last game, and the
Fourth.
second last game that PlayStation people will ever get from Bethesda, most likely. We'll learn more about that in the next couple of weeks, apparently. That, as a quick aside, apparently Bethesda is going to be having an event in the next 2 to 3 weeks after the ink dries on their Xbox deal. So we'll possibly learn what that means for PlayStation people in the next few weeks. But Deathloop will come to PlayStation exclusively, at least for a little while, regardless. It looks cool. The loop seems pretty cool. I just don't know if it'll grab me. Maybe in the same way that Returnal does. Returnal, maybe just the sci-fi-ness around it and that sort of thing appeals more than the very deliberately stylish approach from Deathloop. I don't know. Matto, thoughts?
Yeah, the more I watch that gameplay style, the more it made me think of Dishonored.
Yeah.
And
Funny
I
enough,
wasn't a big fan of
comes from him.
Dishonored. I don't know, but I was a big fan of Dishonored, so it doesn't really make me want to play it. I mean, there's some cool ways to kill them, don't get me wrong, but it's just that whole stealthy type. Or just go in all guns blazing. Who knows?
And now let's wrap up the PlayStation sequence before we get to all things Pokemon by talking about...
Another free game! Free!
Another free game.
Who'd
Final
be dumb
Fantasy
enough to buy
VII
that?
Remake Intergrade.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
Intergrade.
Yeah, Intergrade.
Yes. Wow. I mean,
weird ass naming convention.
Exciting.
They're starting to go
It's
all
exciting. They,
nuts on it.
They put a sun in the PS5 version. It's the shiny sun. It's fantastic. Put some extra lights in.
That was
man. How wonderful's that?
Yeah, before we get to the new stuff, that was the hardest thing to actually digest. Now, admittedly, I was also at work on using a screen that's broken, but they were trying to demonstrate how much better the PS5 version looks through a stream that I think at max was running 1080p. I tried to rewatch the State of Play back, and the max resolution was 720p, and that wasn't like a cap from my internet. That was like the max the video could actually do. So they're trying to show off, here's the difference between PS4 and PS5. I'm like going, they're the same. They're the same thing.
No, they're not. One had a
I showed these two
glowing
pictures
sun.
to corporate. They're the same picture.
Yeah, there's just seeing like
It's that old-
office references.
Fucking Pauls is gonna be making memes on his Twitter page for the next 2 years, folks. Just wait.
It's like that. Was it? You could use my assignment, but just change it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It's like, hey, look at this library. We put more lighting in it. Oh, great. It's not like I needed the lights anyway. But hey,
Oh,
Look
but
at
beyond
the
that,
hair.
they're adding new content. Yuffie, as I always called her. It's all these Americans that are ruining it for me. It's a standalone thing with her set before she actually appears in the OG Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if this will actually... I don't know what this actually means given what they did with the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake and kind of what that does to people's expectations. I'm trying to avoid spoiling things here, people. But
someone dies. I don't know.
no...
Oh, I
But
don't
it's
know.
all it's all very convoluted and confusing.
You got to kill someone that just finishes and roll
Yeah,
the
it just
credits.
cuts to black, just like The Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Just really sudden.
Damn.
It's cool to be getting some DLC for it. It's a bit of a bummer for people that only have a PS4 because they won't be able to access the DLC because the DLC is exclusive to the PS5 version. The consolation prize, I guess, is them saying, Matto, to your point with it being free, that it's going to be free for PlayStation Plus in the next few days. It's the March PlayStation Plus game, or one of many March PlayStation Plus games, actually. There's
One
a
of
ton of them this
4.
month. Yeah.
4.
And if you
Oh,
want to get
gangbusters.
technical, there's also still the
Plus 3
stupid
more after
battle, the car one that we've currently got, the shit one that
Burnout.
what do they call it?
Oh, that Derby
I
one.
hate it. Yeah.
Demolition Derby.
Demolition
was an
All
old
Stars.
game.
Demolition All Stars.
I was going
Like,
to say
that's-
Demolition Derby, but that was an old floppy disk game.
Yeah, that's still free next month as well. So there's like 5 or 6, I think, in the end. It's a pretty good month for PlayStation, especially while Xbox is kind of shitting the bed when it comes to the Xbox games with gold stuff. Sure, they've got Game Pass, which is amazing, but PlayStation's giving lots of really cool games away. June 10th for the PS5 version as well as the integrated DLC. On a side, they also announced 2 mobile games the same day. One of them, Ever Crisis, which is basically the entire franchise, the original game, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, all these little things all bundled into like one title, kind of like Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. It's got that sort of look. It's a mobile game at first, but I think it'll come to consoles and stuff down the line as well. And one that confused me is there's a Final Fantasy mobile battle royale now called The First Soldier. It's just dumb. So the less said about that, the better. Damo, you've been silent for a while. What do you think about all the Final Fantasy 7 stuff here? Did you actually play Remake in the end?
No, I just saw it get played a little bit.
Oh, well, now you're going to get your chance free on PlayStation Plus.
I don't have PlayStation Plus.
Doesn't
I
have it.
don't
Oh,
play my PlayStation anymore.
what a
My
disappointment.
Oh, yeah, right.
PlayStation Plus.
What a
It's
shame.
just like, I don't know. Just I don't want to be that bitter person, right? Because I've talked about how I hate, how I want to shit on all these people. But it's like, this project has been in the work for so long. And we're getting, crumbs
Yeah.
from, the most delicious cake ever. Still good crumbs. Still tasty. But just give us a slice, please.
Yeah.
Something.
Part 2 is going to be a few years off, so it's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
It's just ridiculous.
Haven't they got a Final Fantasy 9 remake?
Can we please? Don't start down that path.
Yeah, it's like
there.
Avatar, right? By now, we were supposed to have Avatar 7. But no studio wants to pick up even Avatar 2. He's got the scripts and everything ready.
No,
He's ready to go. He's
the-
just been seen in his
I
trailer all this time.
believe the second one of those is actually filmed and it was all COVID stuff. That's why it wasn't even out last year.
I think it's done.
I think it's pretty much done.
That's what they
Three's-
say. What do they
Three's
say?
on the work.
Well, no teaser trailer, nothing? Come on. Don't toot me
I don't
freaking
know.
horn like
That's
that. This is just. I'm just saying though. It's these time scales for some of these things are just kind of ridiculous. Like at least I get a Zelda game every year. Like I can guarantee
Pretty much,
there's
yeah.
something coming out Zelda related. But Final Fantasy, it's like, back in 2005, we were working on a new Final Fantasy. It's like awesome. Oh wait, it's 2021.
hey, we're still a good chance of getting 16 this year. There's a lot of reports suggesting that, so
And,
I'll take it.
We want 7.
No, 7's overrated. Besides, it just came out last part 1 came out last year. To get some DLC 12 months on is not bad. Then
Not bad, not great.
But the question is, to your point, like how long until part 2, and how big's part 2 going to be, and like there's all those sorts of things, and
I hope it's like 10 minutes.
Better be fucking 36 hours worth of gameplay.
It's probably going to need to be
skimming through the story.
Yeah, I have no idea how they plan to deliver this. It's going to be a really weird saga. We could be still playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 5 in 10 years from now. Well, in 20 years from now, when it actually comes out. And that leads us to the final one of the presentations. We've been doing... This is a very long episode so far, so we'll there's a few Pokemon things to discuss. So first thing, new Pokemon Snap was there. What do we make of the new footage that was shown of that?
Pokemon Snap. A Pokemon Snap. A Pokemon Snap.
Just looks like a Pokemon Snap.
I loved what I saw, though. It looked pretty cool.
It's great.
I did too.
Will it should
So
lights
they
out
did what?
reviews-wise? Probably not.
Do you know the
'cause
best thing, right, is? Like, I was thinking about it because we were having this discussion. The first Pokemon Snap was the first game people that owned it hated when people came over to play, right? Because everyone that had Snap played it till they 100%ed it. No one was dabbling in that. You did everything in that game.
Yeah, it was all
you
or
got
nothing.
You and everything, like done and done, right? So you were done. You were finished with the game, and then your mate would come over and like, "Oi, mate, I haven't got a N64. Can we play Pokemon Snap?" And you'd be like, "Sure. Go play the game." Like, you're so angry at people. It's the one game. It's the one game that people that own that game, everybody 100% of it. Only just to like be annoyed at the noobs that didn't have an N64.
I just wanted to give
So
it a
I
go.
hope that this is the same thing. I hope that
Throw the
everybody
apple.
100%'s it through and through.
Throw the
and
damn
be annoyed
apple.
at people. Yeah, that's it.
And now they've added something that kind of makes them all shiny, like they glow. I shouldn't say shiny because the shiny is obviously a separate thing in Pokemon, but they glow. Like, okay.
Shiny.
Hey, he just wheels out a Magneton Pokemon card. Just
Not
out of
only
the
this is like one of the very first ones back
Is that-
in was it 1999?
Is that like
Holographic.
a first series card though, or like because there's
Yeah.
like Series 1, and then there's actually the little thing that says like Series 1, like onto the left or the right of it somewhere.
It doesn't say.
So it's from the first wave, but not the actual first wave of cards. Don't worry, I've had that disappointment as well with all my. I was like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm
the-
gonna make tens of thousands of dollars, and it turns out I'll make
No.
about $1,500.
Yeah, I don't think we got. I don't think it was really
Untitled?
hard for us to get like.
Yeah.
Gyarados.
Yeah, about
Series
a
1
quarter
cards.
to maybe a half of mine was Series 1 cards, but outside of that,
This shit thing.
yeah. I love that you're just wheeling Pokemon cards out left, right, and center.
I could do one better.
Bryce, Drew, JB, if you're all watching, have a great time with this. What do you got?
Pokemon cards.
He's going to wheel out
It's
Charizard.
crazy. It's crazy to think that Pokemon is 25 years old because I remember as a kid when Red and Blue came out, it was like PS5s and Xboxes now. It was hard to get. It was sold out everywhere.
Everywhere.
Then one day, we found it, and I got it on my little this little Game Boy Color
Oh.
here. Listen to this.
Didn't hear anything.
Ah, no.
The disappointment.
Some noise,
Disappointing. Oh, it's not high enough.
noise gates or whatever. Hey.
I'll accept all copyrights for that.
Yeah, we've been struck 15 times.
But the other thing is too, people just don't understand. Back in those days, we didn't have anything called brightness.
No such thing. Oh,
And
going through the cave.
And usually these games as well, over time. Oh my god, look at that! He has the same
Holy shit.
green one.
What is going on? What do I have here?
Pokemon Blue, bitches. But not only that,
This is
Pokemon
amazing.
Yellow and Pokemon Silver.
Silver, the GOAT. The greatest of all time.
There should be gold somewhere around here too.
But it's not as good as Silver, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I brought them both because, like, you know, I was like, I
Holy
need
It
to
still
Pokemon.
works.
This
It
is
still
amazing.
works. Crazy.
What a sequence of a couple minutes. So, that
That's
leads
one
us...
Game Boy.
That, we were still talking about Pokemon Snap... audio listeners, please, you have to just tune in. This is like the 55, 56-minute mark, something like that.
I think we're really showing our age here.
No, but just wheeling out Game Boy colors left, right, and center.
Hey, you want to see my Game Boy?
Pull it out of the headphone.
Then Damo pulls out, which it just looked weird when you pulled out that yellow strip of yellow pockets. I thought, okay.
I've got a magic trick for you, kiddies. Look, Pokemon games.
It's just looking at it going, that could be completely something else in another TV show.
Pulling something out has ever brought me so much joy.
Yeah, no, you're just flipping it out like that. That's...
It's like, don't worry, I've got plenty of them.
So, on that note, while we're talking the core Pokemon games, let's flick over to...
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about Pokemon, right. Yes.
Diamond and Pearl. What are they calling them?
Brilliant Pearl.
Brilliant Pearl, and what was the... I don't know.
Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Brilliant.
Cool.
There was a brilliant. There was a brilliant in there.
I like that they tried to stay
yeah.
kind of close to the art style, or like to the visual style, I should say. It's obviously getting an uplift, but I don't know. It's kind of still got that chubby, like short, stocky little characters thing.
Yeah, it just went.
You get
It
from
went
the old
the
Pokemon
same
games.
way Link's Awakening did.
Yeah,
You know.
doesn't look as good as it probably could or should. I don't know. I remember there being more of a glow up for like Omega. What were they? Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and all that, and same
Ruby
with Heart
Sapphire.
Gold. Yeah, compared to the original versions of Ruby Sapphire, and same idea for Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, I also thought that they may have gone with like a Let's Go art style, but I think they're just trialing. Like, I think they just went, you know, there's a lot to do. We've got a lot of Pokemon stuff going on. You know, they probably obviously worked on this slightly, and they were like, you know, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's...
Yeah, and they shoved it off some other team so they could work on the big announcement from the event.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's don't get me wrong. Diamond and Pearl were the ones that brought me back into Pokemon because I didn't play
Ruby and Sapphire.
Gen 3.
Yeah.
Only
That's actually where I
had a
fell
Game
off.
Boy Advance, but like it was just at that time I think I was growing out of Pokemon. But then when I got a DS, I ended up with an R4 card. If anyone knows what that is,
Dodgy bastard.
R4.
and
Pick it up at your local market.
yeah, that's it. I remember I was in EB and a lady walked up and she's like, do you sell those like R4 cards? And the person's just like, they're illegal. And no, I do not. No, they're not illegal. I sell them at the market. Or I just thought, you get them from here, right? It's like, oh, God.
Lady, you ruined it for everyone.
Just like...
This is why we can't have nice things, love.
My God. Like, the manager was cool with it.
Matto,
Like,
thoughts
it was
on, I don't know, Dazzling Diamond and Prophetic Pearl?
What the...
I don't know.
Brilliant Diamond
What?
and Shining Pearl.
There
Brilliant
you go, thank you.
Shining. BS, Paul.
Okay,
BS.
that'll work.
I didn't play the other
BSP.
ones. Just like we said, I haven't played all the Pokemon games, just
Except all of them.
red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, sapphire, black, white, XY. They're the only ones I played. Anything in
Okay, so-
between there.
The first 6 gens except the fourth.
Not the... I haven't played...
The
what's
fourth
the other
is Diamond and Pearl. Then after that
Ruby
was Black
Sapphire.
and White,
Didn't
and
play
then
them.
X and Y.
Didn't play Ruby.
Oh, you missed Ruby Sapphire. Okay, you missed
Didn't
3
play
and 4.
Ruby Sapphire. Pearl and Diamond, didn't play them either.
I'm looking forward to talking about these then at the end of the year in some of our updates, because I didn't play Gen 4 either. That's the first one that I skipped. I skipped 4 and 5.
Yeah,
back
they
then.
got some really sweet Pokemon in there.
Yeah. Like
Is
Garbodor.
Shoe in there?
Garbodor is
Shoe.
coming, everybody.
Shoe?
Yeah, above you this time. I swear to God, if it appears above me, I'm going to strike.
Yeah, we'll drop him in the corner,
So-
in my corner here.
So
Garbodor
there's
is coming.
No shoe.
4 Pokemon. God.
If Shoe's not in there, then I don't want it.
Shoe.
I'm pretty sure Shoe's in there.
What's
Shoe's
Shoe?
in there?
Oh, that's right. It had Infernape. It's the firefighting that kicked
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, right, okay.
Nah, Shoe's a gym Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, okay, right. And the
It's just
final
our
announcement
Third or
is...
fourth South Park reference for this
Yeah, we're racking them up.
episode.
The final announcement is a
What's
fairly
that?
big one. It looks like a new Pokemon sub-franchise that's kind of been born here. Pokemon Legends, and then the subtitle being Arceus. So the legendary Pokemon from, or one of the legendary Pokemon from Gen 4.
Articuno.
Yeah, not Articuno.
Oh, damn.
They should have started with Gen 1 and just started rolling from there. Pokemon Legends,
Zapdos.
Mewtwo. Pokemon Legends, Diglett. Why not?
Diglett.
But Arceus is where we're beginning. Everything's about the Sinnoh region at the moment, and so that's coming apparently early 2022. But they're looking to try and create some Breath of the Wild-like moments here with an open world. Moments. It may not be a Breath of the Wild game because Damo's shaking his head.
See, what they did...
I was like at the start of this podcast before we even keep recording. I'm like, I'm gonna have a go at these people that are calling it like this, and what do we both do? Both make the Zelda references. I'm so sorry, but no, they're completely different. It's just their open world. Yeah, just because it's Nintendo doesn't mean that it's Breath of the Wild. It's an open world
Yeah.
game.
Well,
I was
people
just
are
gonna
looking
say
for Pokemon's Breath of
Chibi
the Wild
Pokemon.
moment. That's where it changes things up. That's kind of what people are shooting for there, and I think
I'll
that's
just
where a
say-
lot of these things
I'll
come
just
from.
say that they just they improved the game.
Yeah. Well, they seem
it's
to have.
really, it's really funny if you look at the concept art of the Pokeball, and if you just flip it upside down, it's actually the imposter, Last of Us. So you can't trust these Pokeballs. Oh, did I say The Last of Us? Among
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, that's
Far
right.
out. It's
Last of Us,
imposter
that's-
from Among Us. Weird.
The imposter invaded The Last of Us.
So say I must have missed that part
It's
in
in,
The Last
it's in
of Us.
Pokemon now, so I wouldn't doubt it.
I like what they're going for. It's still a bit choppy and stuff. You can see that in some of the as they pan out and that's popping in here, there, and everywhere. But that's fine. The game's 12 months away, so whatever. I don't know.
Switch
Looks pretty
Pro,
cool.
Bring it on.
Yeah, presumably Switch Pro might be out by then, or at least very close. It looks alright.
This would sell consoles.
The concept seems cool, but we don't really know that much more on it. So any other thoughts on Pokemon Legends Arceus?
Like the fact that it's like I'm getting what's that called? Horizon Zero
Whoa.
Dawn vibes. Like, crawling in the
in the grass, right,
to hunt
yeah.
things down and stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, okay. I suppose that I get that. I was a bit confused at
Throw
first.
your rocks.
And apples, and it just
And
becomes
apples.
Pokemon Snap 3.
Yeah,
Pokemon Snap.
zappy, glowy, doodad ball.
Really
thing.
new Pokemon Snap.
I mean, I know it's selfish, but I truly do hope you get to. I like that the starters are really weird, like
shuffled it up.
combination of three starters. Like, I mean, do you go with Cyndaquil? being the
Cyndaquil?
greatest, the
Cyndaquil's my
greatest
man, so 100% yes.
thing, or do you go Rowlet so you get a Decide-Eye later on? Like,
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting kind of setup. I like that they're looking to change things up, and they go, oh, yeah, we can go all this far back in time, and that just gives them the scope to do whatever they want. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. Okay, we can go all the way back to further.
Any closing thoughts at
Plus,
all?
it opens up a whole thing. Like,
No,
Legends
you've got
being
Game
its
Boys
own-
up your sleeve, don't you? Yeah, 100%.
Game Boy. Game Boy.
Oh, right.
Got Game Boys up your sleeve. Shit, you'd never hear previously unsaid sentences of
Um,
human.
all these young viewers go, "What's a Game Boy?"
At least once a week.
Are we disappointed by these presentations? Simple yes or no. We'll start from the top. Nintendo Direct.
They didn't really excite me. The Mario Golf part did, but after that,
But it wasn't
all
bad.
these
It
games.
wasn't bad.
Wasn't terrible. It was just all
bad.
these
I mean,
games
it
that didn't
wasn't-
interest me.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest thing, but it wasn't disappointing.
Yeah. State of Play.
Ah,
No,
it was better. They had a lot of first-party games.
Yeah, enough really good games in there that's fine. And I don't think I've heard anyone really complain about Pokemon outside of the fact that Legends looks a little bit choppy at this point.
Hey, the start was good. Just cards, games.
That was
anime,
very long.
movies.
That was very long. That was like 5 minutes long.
Then I was doing the same thing. Then the next gen, games, cards, anime, movie.
I'm glad I was watching it after the fact and I could just kind of quickly tap through that and just fast forward to when does the actual event start? Here we go, 5 minutes in. Great. Yeah, I was happy with all of them. Like, yeah, I understand that they weren't, especially when we focus on the Nintendo Direct and the State of Play, like they weren't major tent poles, like, oh my god, like we'll lose our shit and scream and shout about the whole thing, but they were never going to be. You weren't gonna, like at the State of Play, you weren't gonna get God of War Ragnarok there. Horizon and Ratchet, they'll have their own opportunities. Ratchet's obviously already got a release date, but they'll get their own opportunities later on. This is PlayStation kind of offloading discussing
Ghostwire.
Yeah. The first half of the year and things they need to get off their chest, and similar sort of idea with Nintendo. Really, they threw everyone a bone by giving them Pikmin 3 and Triangle Strategy. They didn't have to, and I guess the only reason Triangle Strategy was there is because Square Enix had a demo and they wanted to make sure that people knew about it. So, they gave us more than what they promised in the first place. Otherwise, they were very, very clear about it. It's just expectations for people. And I think maybe the fact that in the case of both State of Play and Nintendo Direct, especially Nintendo Direct, it had been, I think, 17 months between the last, proper, normal, full-scale Nintendo Direct, so people's expectations just got out of control. So how about you just enjoy what they give you? It's this crazy concept.
Shut your face and wait 5 years.
Yeah, and just
that'll be
kick back and
40.
enjoy.
They can get your stupid Zelda game.
Yeah. So
I hope it's a remake of like Four Swords or Spirit Tracks, just to say up yours.
No, the old CDI ones.
Phantom Hourglass.
Wand of Gamelon.
Or they'll remake like that animated series. I
was going to think the bow one.
Well, excuse me.
Maybe they can like up-res that and kind of fix the frame rate up just like they have with Rick Astley recently. Have you two of you seen that video?
No, I haven't, but I'll be back in 1 second.
Rick Astley. What?
So
what is this?
Never going to give you
I know
up.
the song, yeah.
Yeah. They've up-resed and like 4K-ified the video. It looks like it was made in 2021. Obviously, Rick still looks like a dude from the 70s or whenever the hell the video came out, 80s. But the actual video itself, like the technology in it, looks like it came out today. It's unbelievable what they've done, and it just kind of shows what's possible now. So that's pretty sweet. And sorry, I am basically inflicting a Rick roll on you, but it's worth going and looking it up if you haven't already. Same with audio listeners, YouTube viewers, go check out the modern take on Never Gonna Give You Up. Damo's dropping some kids at the pool, so we're going to wrap things up from here. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes more Patch, Player 2 Plays, like Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Are you Rick-rolling yourself right now?
No. I was just looking at my Twitter poll I put up last week.
Oh, yeah. How'd the poll go? To talk about Dick Genie.
Great timing, Damo. We had a grand total of 6 votes. Huge turnout.
Well, I know that there at least 2 on. That was the 2 of us.
At least 2.
I knew at least we only need 1 more to have the majority vote.
66.7% said yes. 0% said nice hat, blue man. They didn't really care about that. 33% said no.
Majority rules.
33% of your Twitter
thanks
base
to those
go.
It's a Dick Genie.
Clearly they are spam.
Yeah, they clearly don't know what they're talking about. So, continue on from where we're at. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. Lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives. And then there's Twitter, Matto, where you can be found.
Matto_Phil. What? We're doing it
I
the
just did it
reverse
backwards.
roll.
I just did it
We got
backwards.
reversals.
Damo,
Gotta confuse the people.
everyone's going to forget their Twitter handles or just read out the other person's now by mistake. Damo, where you can be found.
At Tacos Talks.
Paul James Games for me. The website is player2au. Stay tuned for more Dick Genie references. Go check out Rick. Never Gonna Give You Up. I can't believe I'm Rick-rolling someone in 2021, but it's worth checking out this video. It's amazing technology. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.